there's where I am, and I'll turn left here to get to the main street, which you saw a moment ago. Okay, right where it says Via and there's a diamond, that's where my hostel is, or my apartment room, if you will. And it is an apartment. And I walk out my left, and I'm looking up this way right now on what's called Surak Sokak, I'll call it. But Ul Marshal Tito is its earlier name, and it's the main street. So we're just going to stroll up there, and I think what I'll do is stroll up there and hit these churches and mosques on the way. It's a tourist town known for its beautiful old buildings, of which this may be an example. There in the distance, a mosque. So this has some of the look, but not quite the intensity of Ohrid, which is a good thing. A pretty little mini park. Don't know what that thing is. It's a kiosk or something or what. And one of the important local fathers, 1892 to 1980. He got pretty good years. And incidentally, it's 10:45. So starting at 7 o'clock, I'm in and doing my first walkabout. A couple of mosques in the distance. Attracted down this side street by this woodwork here. Not elegant, but unique just because it's all wood. Doesn't seem to be yet the degree of commercial crassness, although when I cross this main street and get down there, that may change quickly enough. And I'm just about ready to cross Ul Lanovia Street. And we'll work our way up to number 4 and over. The information thing is closed. 1056. Not that it can be appreciated from here, but what is spectacular would be if you were on the outskirts a little bit, are those mountains in the background. So let me shoot up and look at that. Hopefully I can get to the outside of town enough to be able to see what must be an impressive view. Some nice old architecture up there. Much of this street is preserved, which is what makes it interesting. I don't think these folks have ever seen a tourist, so I think it's important that I display our skills. 1929. Building looking even more elegant, particularly with that, wherever it came from, bit of faux sculpture there. And looking back at that building, and they've continued that motif of the curious sculptures. The city's done a nice job with those very lovely lights, particularly by hanging flowers on it and the flowers beneath. I always loved metal grill work. It's too bad the architects, when they designed buildings like this, could not have known that it really would have an extended life compared to most such architectural buildings elsewhere in the world, including here. Okay, now I am really at a square. This must be called the Clock Tower Square. I'll just pan it for kicks. 1, 2 mosques. And we'll take a closer look at the statue, and there's our clock tower. And what looks like a park area up there, so we'll explore that further. Looking back down that street that I've just walked up. And looking at this interesting building. And a very pretty one next to it. I'm panning up this building because I want to look more closely at it. Lovely Gothic type arches, I think. And then whatever this curious thing at the top is, it looks like the sides of that top piece all had whatever those things are, but have lost them, and no one's thought to replace them, those cattywampus, before they fall off and hurt somebody. And that electric wire suggests that something used to be in there that was lit. And here a close-up view of the head of the statue, whoever this man might have been. Hopefully I'll find out in a few moments. You're continuing on further to what looks to be the northwest. That's the second mosque there, but panning across this adjacent very pretty park. And then here in the background behind this building we can see what is Church of St. Dimitri, so we'll go take a look at that. And here the entrance to Church St. Dimitri, I think. Certainly to the grounds. Nothing at all interesting. Big bell tower. This must be the baptismal area or baptistry. Again, one of the first things you notice here in Macedonia is the unfriendliness of the people until, I guess, perhaps they get to know you. Shopkeepers as a rule, even though it's in their interest not to be, but others that you encounter, except on a one-to-one when you ask someone young for assistance in English, they will either say they don't speak English or they'll be happy to help, and they're very friendly. While we can't go in and take pictures, you can only imagine how pretty it must be inside these mosques. The Methodist church, or whatever that Christian one, wouldn't let me take video, but it's interesting. You can go in the mosque in Tirana and take video. I don't know what this is commemorating is. I think it's Icarius, but I don't know. A very pretty and very nicely maintained park. Very pretty flower arrangement. So where I must be right now is where you see the 5 and the 6. The 5 is the clock tower, and 6 should be the Isak Mosque, which is that one. Curiously, the mosque behind me, it's not noted in here for some reason. So the Dragor River passes right across in front of us, and I'm guessing that's where it is, right over there. So this is the Dragor River. Unlike Tirana, no attempt has been made to make this a place of beauty. They've merely constrained its flow. An enclosed market area. This is a pretzel with sesame seeds on it, a wheat bread. It's a hearty bread. It's kind of moist in the center, chewy on the outside. It's fine. 15 dinars. You can only imagine what that swill pot down there is. It looks like something you'd find in Beijing or other major cities for getting from this side of the street across the intersection. That may be it. Another commercial area, but not a tourist commercial area. Side street, so let's turn down here and look. Like a Walmart. Here, a metal worker. Just aimlessly wandering, taking turns wherever I see an interesting place to go. And this whole area is just a whole bunch of little shops. The ideal, great kind of markets I love to go to all over the world. It's even more so of something. I'll go inside here and see what's in here. Even more concentrated. Smaller detailed things. Here we are, the vegetable market. Good to see that. Great, all the way through here. Here are different apples, 25, 4, 15, 10. Maybe it's based on size. If these have been in storage, they're not going to be that good. This lady here has just been helping me experiment with my bread, and I dipped it in, first of all, in the tea, and then in this mixed spice, and then eat it. It leaves a nice taste. Good thing to do. So maybe I will come back here and buy some a little bit. This is clothing and so forth. Still a perimeter, still garden vegetables. You wonder how long families or these people have had these concessions in their control, or does it change off? Kind of onions to try. Right on going. That's amazing. There's the whisk brooms I'd like to have. I've been wandering for about 10 or 15 minutes, and still there's all kinds of produce still along. I may be coming to the end now. I'm not sure.